Alright, so if you've been keeping up with the internet recently, you've probably heard all the news about Chris Tyson from the MrBeast crew coming out as transgender. He's trying to live his life as a woman now, and he got a lot of mixed reactions because of that. People were saying, oh, I love this is great, go off, queen, and other people were saying, bro, what the hell's wrong with you? You're throwing your life away, you have a kid that you should care about, and you're doing this? Now, I don't think that any extreme on this issue, the people that are like supporting this diehard and the people that are hating this diehard, I don't think either of them are right. I think when it comes to strangers on the internet, bro, like, kind of just chill out a little bit, right? I mean, Chris Tyson becoming transgender has zero effect on you, but I do understand the people that were claiming that it would be negative because Chris Tyson has a son, and now his son's not going to have a father figure. I understand that, and I think that you can criticize him for that, but there's been even more drama recently involving Chris Tyson because he's getting into some Twitter beef, and he's kind of making a fool out of himself. I mean, he's being like a little kid on Twitter. He's doing like the old Rice Gum route where if somebody disagrees with him, he just flexes on them, aka he like brags about his wealth and his status to people in order to sort of like make a point to say, oh, I'm better than you. So I want to look at that today because it's kind of embarrassing for somebody like Chris Tyson, who's basically a face of the MrBeast brand, and the MrBeast brand is all about love, positivity, philanthropy, and then you have Chris Tyson just being on Twitter like flexing on people in a disparaging way to make them feel bad about themselves. So I want to take a look at this, but before I do, if you could take the 5 seconds that I would take to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We are on the road to 400,000 subscribers, and I would greatly appreciate you if you subscribed. Okay, so a Twitter user by the name of Acheeto tweeted out this interaction that he had with Chris from MrBeast in the DMs. Some context before I show you this conversation. Acheeto made a tweet about Chris Tyson that was basically shitting on him, and then Chris Tyson condemned Acheeto pretty publicly, but I guess after the public condemnation, he DMs him this. By the way, I forgot to DM you, but that tweet was funny AF. Hope it didn't get you any extra heat. I was leaning into the joke, but now I got family members asking if some random article about me suing you and that other guy are real, LMAO. Classic Twitter.com users not understanding the concept of quote-unquote jokes. All love though. So Chris basically put this guy on blast in public and is now going to his DMs to say, oh yeah, I know I put you on blast in public, but it's all jokes. It's all love, bro. Which, gonna be honest, kind of a snaky move, right? Like, kind of some stereotypical slime ball activity. It's like the switch up when you get into the private setting is so cringy. This, to me, gives off the vibes of, like, you're with your friend, and then he's with a girl he's interested in, and in order to, quote-unquote, impress the girl that he's interested in, he just makes fun of you. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, that sort of thing, where it's like, you're gonna shit on someone publicly to make yourself look cool, but in private, you're gonna try to act all nice. Like, I don't like that. Especially from somebody like Chris Tyson, the vice president of MrBeast Inc. Like, dude, no. And then Acheeto rightfully responds with, I wasn't joking. I do not with you, which I think is fair. I mean, when somebody with a huge platform like Chris brings any sort of negative attention to you, even if it's a joke, when you get real harassment as a result of it, yeah, you're in the right to say, yeah, I don't with that, dude. Anyway, Acheeto tweets this screenshot, and then Chris actually responds by saying, oh, def fuck with me enough to leech off the clout of me coming out, LMAO. All good though, I don't fuck with you either. Glad I could give you your 15 seconds of fame then, LMAO. And as you can see, Chris did end up ratioing this person, but I just think that that's because of the numbers, right? So if we go to Chris's profile, we see 1 million followers, right? And then Acheeto here has almost 40,000 followers. So obviously the ratio battle sort of was settled before it even happened, right? The fight was over before it started. We already knew who was going to get more likes. But I don't think that matters. I think you should ignore that in this context because I do think this Twitter user Acheeto is in the right here. And then, so Chris posts this screenshot of him responding with a heart emoji, and then Acheeto responds just with ratio, which, you know, he didn't win, but again, we kind of knew how that was gonna go. So, and then Acheeto says ratio, and then Chris says ratio this, then we'll talk kissing emoji, and it's a wire transfer bank account, and it's him doing $1 million bank wire transfer. It's like, dude, what the do you have to prove? You're working for the most successful YouTuber ever, and you're getting into Twitter beef with a guy with 40k followers. And it's not just any beef, it's a beef where you felt so offended because this guy didn't accept your apology for coming at him publicly that you went on to flex that you can wire transfer $1 million. Like, how fucking pathetic is that, dude? Like, you're actually a loser for this. Oh, look at me, I can move $1 million around and you probably can't. Like, yeah, he probably can. What is your point? Does this make you better than him? Does this make you an elevated person beyond, like, what anyone can comprehend? No, it doesn't. I think Mr. Beast should come over here and spank you and put you back on the leash where you belong, because you are literally nothing without him, and you should remember that. I mean, you quite literally belong to him so significantly that your dog collar, aka your Twitter about, says, I'm in Mr. Beast's videos sometimes. Like, yeah, that's all you're known for. Mr. Beast made you. And I gotta say, it's not a good look when one of the most popular members of the Mr. Beast crew is beefing with random accounts on Twitter because you couldn't just be sorry that you got this guy harassed, that you have to double down and then triple down to the point where you're flexing $1 million on a guy. Like, really? That doesn't really look too good for the Mr. Beast brand. And this guy got kind of cooked in the replies. Like, look at these. Weird flex, but okay. Look at all the money I have because I'm Mr. Beast's friend. God can give us everlasting life. Money won't. I can guarantee you don't have God on your side. Why are you trying to flex other people's money? This you, little bro. Dude thinks he's rice gum. Flexing your boy's money is crazy. And then just go to the comments here. Flexing $1 million just because your friend is famous, low-key giving me a headache. I agree. Someone says, so this is how you can afford the Transformer surgery? You're trying to destroy the Mr. Beast brand, aren't you? Actually sad that you think this is some kind of W, but go off and keep making yourself worse. Hey, at Mr. Beast fans who have not realized this yet, this is where your money goes to. Not to charity, not to feed the poor, but to several of Mr. Beast's friends who live with essentially infinite wealth under the guise of spreading charity. I mean, I don't even know if this is true. This probably isn't true. But you can just see, bro, like, all of these replies are just cooking him. Rather be broke than be like you. I'm gonna slap a like on that one. I agree. I mean, you just cannot be behaving this way as somebody who's supposed to be a professional, right? Like, this guy was at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, where he's given an award for being a good child entertainer. But is this setting a good example? And you could say, oh yeah, well, he doesn't have to set a good example. He's his own person. Listen, when you work for the biggest channel on YouTube, I think when you're the biggest of the biggest of the biggest and you have a kid audience, you kind of should set an example. Especially when Nickelodeon is endorsing you, when you're getting all these sponsors. Like, it's just a bad look. And think about everything that Jimmy, Mr. Beast himself, does to maintain the brand, and then you're just pissing on it. Like, seriously, that's insane. You don't do any of the charity work that Mr. Beast does, and if you do, it's not even close to the same extent, but you still have clout, you still have followers, you still have notoriety, and this is how you behave? You suck, bro. Just do better, bro. Get a better attitude. This is corny. I don't support this. Most people don't support this. And at the end of the day, you know, this is not even about the transgender thing, but bro, you changed, right? You genuinely changed. Like, this isn't something that I could ever see Chris from 4 or 5 years ago doing. And if he did maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I'd give him the pass, because 4 or 5 years ago, obviously the channel's a lot smaller and you're a different person, but it's like you've grown up in reverse. Like, what kind of behavior is this? This is so weird. At least, like, flex on someone your own size, right? Like, flex on me. I can take it. I don't care. It's just whack behavior, man. But tell me what you guys think about this down in the comments below. If you guys ended up enjoying this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Comment down your thoughts. I'm genuinely curious. And follow my social medias. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.